All right. Championship swag is still on deck. Yes, your boy Carcino is still in charge. Now, moving right along, want to say good morning to the sleepy heads. This head here never sleeps. It's always up. It's always working. Even when I'm like this, it's working. Now, in case you don't know what's been happening and evolving in the business world, we're going to talk some business here. I was going to do this on One Crack News, but I said, why not give it to him here? Just because, it's early in the morning. Why not? You know? Now, Jay-Z did exactly what I told you he was going to do. Did he or did he not? Did Jay do exactly what I said he was going to do? I have told. He said Jay sold the Cash App. It's not that at all. I told you when Jay started Tidal, and I told my boy too. He's another one. He wanted to get Tidal. Wanted to support and believe the Jay-Z message of, yo, this is about blacks, and we got to control our portion of the business. You gotta stop following trends and celebrities and thinking celebrities got the answers. They don't. I told you this is business. And with Jay, as much slack as they give Master P for business moves and practices, y'all let Jay get away with leading y'all down the primrose path. Consistently, he has done this. Jay has done this so many times. It's not even, I mean, you got to understand, he did it with Rockefeller. I mean, Rockaware. He just did it with his champagne companies. I told you this is what he does. He is not what you would call a great businessman. He's a great businessman for Jay. Him and Beyonce, they gonna be straight. The rest of y'all who under them, y'all gonna be pretty much trying to figure it out. Unless you someone within that circle of probably 12. The rest of y'all outside, number 13, you gonna have to figure it out. I'm glad you asked that question. Someone says, well, how come, what makes them not, what's such a bad idea about selling it? How that makes you not a good businessman? Jay's not a good businessman for everyone else involved. It's a good move for Jay. You build a company up to the point where other rich people with money would want to purchase it from you. And when you do that, you know what happens? You get cash. And the reason why he needs cash is because he wants to be liquid for other investments. And when he'll build it up, then he'll sell a portion of shares off that, get money, then he'll go do something else. I mean, Jay is going to be fine. He's going to have money for him and his kids. But if you're somebody in business with Jay, you're going to have to be wary, or you're going to have to be on board with what's the original plan. His plan has always been to deceive you. Now, Jack Dorsey owns Twitter, and he just bought a majority stake in Tidal, the audio, video, music, streaming, all of it, for $297 million. Now, Jay-Z co-owners, with Madonna, Rihanna, Beyonce, they'll retain their stakes and become the second largest shareholders of the company. Jay-Z will join Square boards of directors, so he gets a board seat now. Now, Beyonce, Madonna, and Rihanna, the superstar co-owners, they're going to retain their shares in the company. But what about everybody else that was under the company? They're screwed. You see what I'm saying? If you're not in the circle of 12, you're screwed. But we're going to get into this. Okay? We're going to get into this. Jay got a board seat, so he's cool. He's going to have some money coming in. And he's going to let now what was supposed to be for the artist controlling things was now just given to the man in a whole nother way. Got to stop following clowns. I keep trying to tell you, these dudes will lead you down the wrong path every single time. And we do it to ourselves because we fall prisoner to celebrity. Now, he just did the Ace of Spades deal. Now, they didn't disclose the terms, but let's say it was a $250 million deal for 50% of the company. I believe that. So now Jay has given up 50% of Ace of Spades. It increased his net worth by 630 million, but now he really don't have control. They're using him because Jay can control the masses of the people that go to the clubs and make it, everybody want to get the Ace of Spades. They're paying for Jay's influence. The people that don't even like you want to make the money off you anyway. So they're going to use Jay to come in and be that voice to bridge you over to their product. But he's promoting black owned and independence and freedom. I mean, it's totally baffling to anybody who's following behind this. Jay is going to do well. The rest of you, not so much. And I told you he's going to do that. I told you Jay was going to sell Tidal. I said he's going to sell Tidal. He sells every business he has. He sold Rockefeller, sold that Rockaware for cash. Everything he does, he sells for cash because he needs to be liquid. And eventually, he's going to sell Ace of Spades out completely. Dusabe, Duce, or whatever, that's going to get sold. Jay is going to keep selling and partnering with other businesses and other companies and letting other people take over the businesses. Why? Because Jay-Z is not a good businessman. And you wanted to know why selling shares isn't a good thing. Well, let's talk about that. Loss of ownership. Selling ownership in your business is a way to raise money rather than taking on debt and equity, right? See, equity financing, that stuff is cheap, it's low risk, and since you don't have the money to pay back the lender, the money you selling stock and all that stuff with the the VC firms and the private investors and all that stuff, you're giving away a slice of your business. Ideally, you want to avoid selling your shares unless you could potential to gain from the financial business parts of it. And that's what Jay does. He knows now I built something that people can want. Now I can sell it and get out. There's two main flaws when it comes to doing business like this. Is if you have partners. And 9 times out of 10, there are partners. And there are people out there that's pissed off about this deal because they're getting a lump sum check and then it's goodbye. It's over for them. Now they got to go find something else to do and go figure it out. You somebody who hitched your wagon to this whole Jay-Z title thing. I knew it was a scam from 21 Jump Street. I told you. Did he make money or lose money? He made money. Jay made big money off title. Jay was going to make money. Rihanna was going to make money. Madonna was going to make money. Beyonce was going to make money. Everybody else, not so much. You see, Jay didn't have to put up that much money from title. It's not like he went in his pocket. Rich people don't put up money, they put up other people's money. They use collateral. And whenever title had losses, they used their collateral to cover the losses. So when they built it up, as far as like using catalog, exclusive content, all of those things that helped build title and made the money and was making revenue for it, they built it up to the point where it could be sold. They wanted from under it because one, it wasn't started by us. It was like it was the idea that it could be us. If Prince was still alive right now, he'd be ready to bite Jay Z's head off because Prince bought into it. Because Prince was thinking of this to get his own music out. Don't forget to hit the like button. This is the stuff you got to hit the like button for. This is the things you need to be knowing. Now, I normally get this on One Crack News, and you're getting it here on Carcino for Life because it's Jay Z. You know, he's an artist. I'm gonna let you know something right now that's probably gonna be a little shocking to you. Oh yeah, and on the Patreon, remember I told you I had another reveal. We revealed the truth of what happened with Tiger Woods' accident. No one has the information but us. What's up, Smashville? He said Jay's a sellout. Him and Meek Mill. He said I thought he was a businessman. I'm gonna tell you something about Jay that's probably never been told to you before. Yeah, I saw Coming to America. I just watched it about a couple of hours ago. But I'm gonna tell you something about Jay right now that no one's probably ever told you. Jay-Z is not as articulate as you might think. He gives the appearance to being someone that's very intelligent. And he is smart. Don't get me wrong. He's smart. But he's not as articulate as you guys may think. His dropping out of high school early and getting out of school, that stuff really matters. Jay don't read a lot of books. He only gives the appearance as if he reads books. He doesn't. Jay-Z has like an 8th grade reading level, maybe 9th grade, which is passable. You guys never knew that, did you? Because when he rap, he sounds smart. T.I. is more articulate than Jay-Z, 100%. This is not hate. You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, how many Jay-Z interviews have you seen? Very far, few, and in between. Let's let's we can find one, any one. What's the last one? Didn't he just do one when they did the Ace of Spades interview? Didn't he just do that? Or am I mistaken? Damn, I would have probably took that one. That was right where I needed it to be. No, because see, those interviews are different because Jay-Z has talk points. See, when you have talk points, things move a little differently. Talk points in an interview, meaning that you know the questions that the interviewer are going to ask you. They'll give you a list of the questions so you can be prepared for them so you know how to answer them. There's no surprise questions. So mostly artists, certain like Jay-Z, his management team would ask for the talk points, saying, well, okay, what are we going to cover? I'm going to ask you this question and that question so they know how to come in and do an interview. Thank you for someone who said they just saw Jay-Z interview, and I am correct. But Jay-Z gives the impression that he is smart and very articulate. He wants to be viewed as that. That's why he try not to speak so much and only speak in certain factions.
This is the true story of 7 strangers. We are officially re-roommated.
Yeah, so he said, how did Jay get jerked getting $297 million? Well, it's very easy.
Welcome back, everybody. This morning, Moet Hennessy announcing that it's going to be acquiring a Page. And gentlemen, welcome to both of you this morning. It's really great to see you.
Let's listen to Jay.
Title, you don't do things the easy way. You do things the way you think are going to have the best results. So why Moet? Um, yeah, they just was aligned in our thinking and thoughts, and the way they care about products and creating products. When we built Armand from the ground up, we wanted to do things right. The integrity of it had to be right. The soil, of course, it had to be in Champagne because it can't be called Champagne unless it's from the region. Um, so, when we build luxury products, whether it be, from Rock Nation to Monogram to whatever we build in luxury products. And um, Moet Hennessy goes about it the same way. So we were aligned in our thoughts of um, integrity and passion for the things that we build. And when I met, it started with Alexander. No, we had conversations, and then Bernard and No, they came to my house to have lunch in Los Angeles, my Los Angeles home, and maybe October 2019. And those conversations, escalated pretty quickly. And I see these guys were men of their words. They say they're going to call you Thursday. It's Thursday. Um, it just started out in a place of respect, and it built from there. It built pretty quickly.
That's what happens when you don't have the talk points. That's what happens when you're not prepared. This happens when you're just talking live on the air. No, he wasn't high. That's just how he talks. He talks like he's from Brooklyn. Now, this is not to clown Jay. I don't want to do that. Jay is a smart man. It doesn't mean because you can articulate things very well. I know people that are scholars and articulately got awards and they're broke. They make maybe 45,000 a year. So it's not that. Jay has a knack of knowing things as far as he sees it before it happens. He's very good at manipulation and how to get people to follow him and believe in him, even though he's going to go nowhere with them. He knows how to get the best out of people. He finds the creative people. He knows how to find smart people and keep them around. So who's smarter? The person that has the intelligence and that is smart, or the person that knows how to use the people that's smart to make them rich and the smart person broke? So it's not to shame Jay-Z. I don't want anyone to believe that this thing is to shame Jay for not being articulate. I'm just speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? Now you say Jay-Z has positioned himself to buy an NFL team. Now he has enough cash. He will be the first black NFL owner. And what does that mean? Hmm? You think Sean Combs wasn't in position to buy the Carolina Panthers? Hmm? It's not about cash. There's been plenty of people who had the money to purchase an NFL team. It's about being selected. They have to vet you and they have to make it to the point where, okay, you can buy a team and come on in. Sean Combs tried to buy the Carolina Panthers. Did y'all forget about that? Puff. Did y'all forget Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were part owners of the Miami Dolphins? I guess everybody forget that. If they make Jay-Z owner of an NFL team, what does that do for blacks? The same thing Jay did for Kaepernick, right? The one where he used Kaepernick's shirt, wearing Cap shirt, saying, "Oh, Cap didn't even have a conversation with Cap and took a deal with the NFL," and trying to tell us, "Okay, we don't have to kneel anymore. It's over. You can stand up now." It's like, who are you? The same thing he did, right? So why should we be so excited if Jay becomes an owner? What does that mean? He can hire a black coach. We've had black coaches. We have black coaches now. If you're not changing the culture, they're not going to let you come in and change their culture. As long as you have a board that's full of all people who are basically racist, they're not going to let you come in and change that culture. Jay's trying to do a bunch of good deeds and make people say, "Man, look what he did for this person. He paid for this guy's taxes, Lil Wayne taxes, paid off all these dudes' debts. He started releasing these, doing being a political social leader. He got people out of prison. He did all of these things. The same thing he tried to do with Kim Kardashian, right? All these people was fighting to get these people released, and they was finally finna get out. Then they put Kim Kardashian name in there and was like, Trump, it's really gonna help you. If you release this person here, this is a non-violent person. You could let them out. And it's Kim Kardashian got them out of jail. It's like, and the people they just roll with it because they like, look, we getting our the goal is done. So we if you want to take credit, cool. Jay Z took all the money from Def Jam and poured it into himself. $20 million budget for the worst album he ever created. $20 million budget. So when he tried to leave Def Jam charged him the $20 million he used in budget money. That's why Method Man album didn't get promoted. LL Cool J album, Red Man album. Everybody who dropped an album in that time did not get what they were supposed to get. Well, Jay's a businessman in the business of Jay. So if I was in a business, I would never partner with Jay Z. I would never partner with him unless this is a business we're building up to be sold. Then that's when you can partner with Jay Z. But if you're trying to build something to have to say, okay, this is the starting block, we're gonna turn this into something, and it's gonna be its own thing. It's gonna stand on its own. It's gonna do for the people, and we're gonna be in here to the long haul. That's who you looking for. If you got something, if you're trying to build something for the people, you can't keep selling it to the people that ain't our people. That don't make sense because they ain't finna sell it back to us. He gonna sell Beyonce. He's already sold Beyonce. What are you talking about? Been selling Beyonce since he got our father out of the way. Jay pushed he pushed Matthew out the way and took Beyonce and been selling her ever since. That's how he's here. They didn't want Jay Z. Don't you understand? They only wanted Beyonce. The Euros did not want Jay. They wanted Beyonce. She's French. On him. It was a deal. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Up early in the morning. I guess they woke up now. All of a sudden, here come this nonsense. Uh-huh. You noticed that, right? You saw what they just did, right? That was real slick what they did. It's the truth. There would be no Beehive if it wasn't for Jay. Jay built Beyonce into what she is. Because Beyonce didn't have the confidence to be an independent artist. Jay gave her that confidence that, no, I got you. She needed that father figure to make her stand on her own. Her dad wanted her to still do the Destiny Child's album. They still owe a Destiny Child album to the record company. They still owe that. Jay-Z couldn't even get on Oprah. And he had sold way more records than Beyonce at that time. Jay-Z had a whole catalog, Black Album, everything. And he couldn't even go sit on Oprah's couch. Oprah wouldn't have a conversation with Jay-Z. And in the interview, Beyonce's people was told she cannot even bring up his name on the show. So Jay-Z used his smarts, his intelligence, and changed he changed his course of direction. His music changed almost overnight. So when he did the American Gangster album, it was to try to make up for what just happened with the Kingdom Come failure. But he didn't want to go out on a Jay-Z album. He made it an unofficial soundtrack that wasn't official. The movie never made a soundtrack. None of the music from American Gangster soundtrack is in the movie at all. It's not even credited to the movie. It's inspired by the movie. So when Jay-Z said American Gangster, people thought it was the soundtrack to the actual movie because that's how he wanted to play it. So that if the album failed and it wasn't good, or they just didn't buy into it or said that it sucked or whatever, then he could just say, "Well, that was a soundtrack. That's not really a Jay-Z album." He got himself an out. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. Of course, the American Gangster album was great. He went back to Puffy and let Puffy executively produce it and use those old sounds, the trumpets, the horns, and all that stuff, the party life, all those old samples and songs. He went back to the roots because he had to get back in a groove. All this stuff wasn't working for him anymore. So when Jay was going to leave Def Jam and leave the company and everything else, he stepped down as president and all of these things, and he was leaving there. Def Jam made him pay $20 million to get out of his deal. He had to pay $20 million to get away from Def Jam, and he did one album, Blueprint 3. I think on what was it, Arista? If I'm not mistaken. He didn't even use his name with the Jay hyphen Z. He couldn't use that. He didn't own it at the time, so he couldn't use it. So it was Jay Z, all one word. That was his imprint. Take off the Tampa Bay hat, the Super Bowl hat. What about the championship shirt? You dig? What is the grimiest deal he ever did? Still in Rocker, probably still in Rockaware from Dame to me was probably the lowest. Rockaware and Rockefeller deal probably was the lowest he ever went. Yeah, that's probably low. Oh well, Arista, Atlantic, any which way it went, it was a one album deal with Blueprint 3. And if you listen to Blueprint 3, you could tell Jay completely sold out and did what they wanted him to do. And his whole music, everything was entirely different. He dressed different. He was dressed like some teenager with rhinestone skulls. And it was like, what is this? And the new video dropped at midnight on 2010, going into 2010, New Year's. I'll never forget it. And they dropped On to the Next at midnight. The new Jay-Z video, On to the Next. And people are looking at it like, what the hell is this? On New Year's. That's when he went back to trusting. Just Blaze was fired, let go, cut away, gone. It was all Kanye's show then. It was like I'm riding Kanye all the way to the end. That's it, right. Exactly, B. Wyatt. That is exactly it. Why am I hating on Ross verse? Rick Ross was probably the worst thing in Coming to America Part 2. He was that dude. I don't like him. I don't like Rick Ross though. He ruins every song. Once I heard him come on there, do you know they talking about doing an album together? Drake and Rick Ross. I'm like, please don't. Because all I'm doing is skipping Rick Ross verse and just going zip. Let's go. Soon as he started talking, I got to get right past him. He's terrible. No, I'm just telling you the truth about a business deal. It's a good business deal for Jay Z. He's turned his business and partial his shares. He sold it for cash. It frees up enough cash to go and invest. You're liquid now, so you can free up for other moves and decisions. Plus, he probably needs some liquid cash for some things he needs to do. But see, he'll always have to continuously do this process. That's why I told you he's going to eventually do this with Ace of Spades completely, be completely out once they build up the net worth with the partnership deal he got with Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy. That's the name of the company. The Arnott's. They're going to, if you want to know about the Arnott family, all you got to do is go on Carsino for Life Patreon. As you will know the truth behind Tiger Woods' accident, we have a lot of stuff coming up this whole week. You're going to be blown away. Now, we just did that one. Now, wait till you see the next one today. We got a whole nother one coming for you today, a whole nother reveal that you didn't know about. We told you Jay related to Rotimi. A lot of people just didn't figure that out somehow until I said it. And everybody's like, yeah, yeah, that do make sense. But they're not doing it. You know, like Jay's not going public with that. Even if he did, if he was, Jay don't care. See, Tidal came out in 2015, right? Jay Z bought in partnership with the other artists for 56 million, right? And they put this, they had what Coldplay, Daft Punk, as was the owners, and all these high quality auto videos. All these people were teaming up to do this business together, and this was going to be very proactive, and it was going to take them to another level. Now, other rivalries that they have, like with Spotify and Tidal and everybody else. What was it? Spotify and Pandora and all them. They were already like dominant in the game. Apple Music. Those people weren't gonna let Tidal come in and just destroy what they have and take their material. So it was a global fight that was gonna punish the other artists that was involved. Their music was gonna suffer for being with Tidal. So people were supporting it because they was like, look, man, they trying to shut the brother out. We're gonna ride with the brother. And I'm like, wait, wait, don't jump on board. My buddy already jumped. He was already, they trying to stop the black man. He jumps right off the ship every time. I'll be like, okay, he's jumped off the cliff again. All right, he's over there. Can't help him now. All right, he's gone. But everybody else, wait, we're not gonna jump yet. Everybody stand still. Let's wait. Let's see what's really happening first before we react. Now, no, Drake got smart. Drake was gonna sign with Tidal, and he realized he had smart businessmen around him and told him what this. He saw what was actually what it was. It said, "Oh no," and Apple went up with more money. So he basically that's what Jay was really salty with him. If you watch the truth behind Drake and Jay-Z beef, we did this years ago. Drake saw the writing on the wall, so it ain't like I'm just talking about this now. Yes, sir. I know you like conspiracy theories and all. Tiger Woods wasn't an accident. That's official. You want to know why and what happened? It's on the Patreon right now. Now, things are a little bit different now. And I mean only because uh, it was kind of the same. See, I waited and I saw the picture. Remember, they took a company picture, like the owners of Title, the company people that worked at Title. Remember, they took that photo and they posted the photo of the people that worked at Title, and when nobody in there black besides Jay Z and Beyonce, they were the only two people standing there black. Everybody around them was white. And that's it. Does anyone else see a problem here? Does anybody see a problem here? I'm the only one that sees this. Okay. So when that photo was posted, they basically posted it for one day and then it was taken away. Everybody in there was white. Not a black face in sight. But this is supposed to be for us. Remember? This is supposed to be for the people. So right then and there, this is telling you this is the wolf. You know how they say the wolf is leading the sheep? Not the wolf leading the sheep. It's the fox. See, the fox is the deceiver. The wolf is just a wolf and they see them coming. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Wolf in sheep clothing is just a fox. See, the fox just walks up. He's nice. He plays nice. Then next thing you know, he's eating a lamb. Lamb be like, I thought you was my friend. And he got hungry. So the fox is always smarter. And the fox don't have problems like the wolf when it comes to getting his meal. because he comes in as a friend. That's why Sly Fox. That's why it's Fox TV, Fox News. That's right. We go more into this on Carcino for Life Patreon. So my Patreon will have more on this Fox situation and LeBron James connected to that as well. That'll be coming out today on the Patreon. Now, it's not about another black man eating. You see, what good is it if a bunch of black people get together and build a business and then the black man who's the majority owner sells his company ownership to a white man? You know what you do when you sell that? You're selling away your ownership, you're selling away control. And then the other blacks who believed in you and wanted to build something, they wanted to actually build something. They didn't want to just get one payoff and then they're done. They had a vision. They loved this. They loved what they did. Now you basically giving ownership to the people you claim was oppressing you and that you're trying to build your independence from. You just gave them back ownership. Oh man. Some people just don't get it. They just don't get it. There's pros and cons to everything. See, when you lose control, you relinquish this power of equity. You it's like equity financing. And you have to know what equity is, but the loss of ownership is very key. And when you relinquish that control of your business through some equity financing and all that, some of your investors are, they'll consist of, or rather say, insist on having a representative work for the business or become part of your board. Like Jay-Z, he just became a board member, sold his shares. Now he's a board member on Tidal. See, the higher the ownership stake, the more control over the direction and the decisions of the company. You got to remember that. So let's say Jay want to do something, and he's on the board seat. So that means Jay gets to, because he's a board member, that means he gets a vote. But it depends on how many members on the board. So just because Jay got a board seat and he gets a vote, that doesn't mean that it just means it won't be a unanimous. But if Jay wants to do something, all they got to do is like, okay, we'll have a vote, we'll have a meeting, have a vote, and they do stuff like raise your hand, vote. They write it down. Okay, meeting's been heard. Jay's the only person that believes it. We all say nay. We're not moving forward. Way to go. Thanks for coming in, Jay. And Jay will be like, well, I went in and fought for you guys, and we just didn't get the vote. You see what I'm saying? Your power is gone. You guys got to be more aware when it comes to business and who you're partnered with and what their direction is. Some rich people are not used to waiting and being patient. They got bills to pay. They got expenses. They buying another $80 million jet. Jay got an $80 million plane that he bought her an island for $35 million. So that different things at. We talk about that on the Patreon. Telling you, y'all better get the Patreon, man. Carcino for Life. Y'all want to get caught up. Some of the people in here already know what it is. In the chat, in the comment section, in the live chat. Y'all know what it is already. We can't even discuss most of that over here. So Jay's not going to be the decision maker over at Tidal. Jay sold Rockaware away. Jay sold Rockefeller away. Jay just sold majority ownership of Ace of Spades away. See, when you do that, like when he sold to the Arnott's, let's take the Ace of Spades deal. What did he lose by that? You might say, well, what did Jay lose? Well, you lose a major disadvantage in selling those shares because the owners that come in can have a new structural system. They might want to run a whole different strategy or have different ideas on what they want the company to be like. Then what you gonna do? Then it becomes frustrating when your profit from your ideas and hard work is getting diminished. What if they're not as successful building it and being in control and you're watching something you build fall all the way down? See, VCs ask for participation in preferred stock. See, you got to look up preferred stock versus common stock. That's what you need to worry about. See, preferred shares, they're paid first on the sale of a company. See, you usually receive less return in that case, you know. So it's a lot of different things your guys got to get wind of. Normally we do this on One Crack News, but because this was Jay Z and everything, we wanted to do it here, so all you guys get to see it. Definitely, we're gonna talk more about this on the Patreon as well. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so I'm excited. I'm in full go mode. Don't forget to like this video. If y'all new here, subscribe to the page. Hit that notification bell. Well, we have to put it on the Patreon because the powers that be over here, this is their company. They're the shareholders. We don't own YouTube. This is where we make the create the material, but they distribute it. We don't have a platform for that yet. Thanks, Buddha. Any thoughts on Joe Budden's Patreon? Well, Joe Budden has figured it out. A lot of people are starting to figure it out. You know, I got on board right at the right time, right before the pandemic. And I wished I'd have been on it a year earlier when I was asked to be part of it because Patreon is growing. They're a young company. It's not 100% great yet, but they're there, and they give you a fair shake on the platform. So see, that's the difference between me and everybody else. If I was only about the money, sir, I can be a lot richer right now. So much richer. You have no idea. No idea. If I wanted to, I could be making 2 million a year right now. Minimal 2 million. If I was to do what you guys think I would. You don't know what I was offered back when the truth behind videos were popping on here. Do you know what I was offered? The deal that everybody else got. Like the Vlad TVs and all of that. Yeah, I was offered those type of deals. Distribution. I showed you the emails and the contract. It's that live stream is out there, and I showed you how what's the name, academics, how he was getting his viewership, how they were paying money to these firms, and the same firms want to come represent me. And I told them, hell no. I don't trust you. I don't know you. I built this on my own. Me. That's it. and another person can say they was responsible for my YouTube success or anything I've done on YouTube. It was all me. 100% me. Now, if I'd have taken that deal, you know what I would have lost? Creative control. I read the contract that they sent. I read the email that they sent. I would have been given away creative control. And because I didn't take that deal, they punished my channel. So I walked away for deals that would have made me a millionaire. Easy. Because I knew giving away my creative freedom, I wouldn't be able to make this video right now I'm talking about. You think I'd have been able to do this video here right now? Sign with them? If they say they don't like the content, it has to come down. Or you'll be voiding the contract and have to pay penalty. So the money you would get, you have to pay a penalty. Plus, you're giving up large portions of your YouTube revenue and the monies that you earn from ad revenue over to them. And in exchange, they're going to put you on top of the search engine. You're going to be on top of the suggested in the YouTube video. Whenever there's a trending video, your video is going to be next. They're going to keep you up there because they're making money off. They're making a ton of money off. And that's what these other companies want. They want that chunk. They want that piece. Now, the more of the ownership and control of the people in your pockets, and you get to keep what you got, the more power you have. Now, a lot of these people do these other brand deals, and then they try to dump on you like, yeah, you only get YouTube revenue money. You don't make anything. You have no idea how it's structured. You can't go off views. You only got 3,000 views. I can make more off 3,000 views than somebody who did 50,000 views. You don't know how the pay structure is. So everybody's is not different. I mean, everybody's not the same. Everybody's different. This is real talk. I mean, you guys should be understanding this or trying to understand it because it's real. I'm not no big baller or nothing like that. I work hard every day. Rich is when you no longer have to work for what you have. You could just stop and just do whatever you want, and you don't even have to work anymore. That's rich. And I'm not rich at all. I got to work every day. I got to get up and think every day. I'm losing sleep. I got to sacrifice relationships and all this stuff. So I know what it's like. Had girlfriends get mad at you because you can't make it to the party for their mamas and all that stuff. My mama's birthday bash. My parents' anniversary. This their 35th marriage anniversary. You can't come. I'm like, I gotta work. you know. And I don't know what this poor guy is. It's always somebody who just put borders on themselves. Like they just know they ain't gonna never do nothing in life, so you can't do it. Man, I know I ain't nothing. So you can't do nothing. If I know I'm nothing, you gotta know you nothing too. Sit down. Be nothing with me. Nah, bro, it don't work that way. Yes, I passed up $2 million. Easy. That's because you don't know anything, sir. You know anything about pay structure, you would know. You would know better. I passed up about a deal that right now would leave me probably about 2 million. I would earn about $2 million a year if I'd have done the deal and did it the way they wanted me to do it. I'd have been at 2 million. Yeah, this guy has no poor guy. Yeah. And what do you do for a living, Mr. King? Oh, I work at Burger King. Ain't no way no YouTuber can get no $2 million. Ain't that a damn shame? Boy, this guy is the. He probably at work right now with the microphone on, looking at his phone. Like, this dude lying. He lying. Did you say fries? You want medium or the large? $2 million for YouTube. Man, you think everybody's stupid? They ain't got that kind of money. I don't lie for a living. Okay, good. So you probably doing fast food right now. Get back on the clock. No, it's not hate. It's just that they don't know. I don't. That's what I'm saying. 2 million is not even a lot, really. Do you know how much these people are making on YouTube who are not my complexion? The Logan Pauls and all those guys. You know how much they're making? Do you know? Do you know how much money? Do you know I came into this thing through boxing, right? Sports journalship. Doing a sports journalist. No, 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 no. The deal would have been worth about 200, about, I would say at this point now, from when they offered me the deal back in 2015 to right now, 5 years later, but going on 6 years now, the deal would be worth about $2 million. Easy, if not more. Before there was boxing socialists, I was covering fights. This guy here used to work for Don King. Me, me. That's who. I used to shadow Juan Gonzalez, who was the manager of boxing for Don King Promotions. Do people forget? These are facts. I've been around the boxing world a long time before I was even involved with Sean, and we got boxing socialists up and running. Do you know how much the other people were making who were close to them? They were running websites. They never had a real presence on YouTube. I was the only one with a presence on YouTube for me, just being me, Carcino, period. So for boxing, people would recognize me when I go anywhere more than they would recognize any of those other companies from boxing scene. You wouldn't know what those guys look like because they were a journalist. They weren't putting their faces out there really. Dan Raphael, he only goes to the fights. He don't go to the gym. I was in the boxing gym. I did an exclusive interview with Floyd Mayweather. You know, it's only a handful of people that can say they did that. No, I'm explaining myself to the other people who might believe the same thing. The one troll, I just know he's a troll. It's not a thing, but I'm putting it out there for clarity. 'Cause some people that's listening to this for the very first time, they might not know what's going on or what's been happening. Where's the interview? It's on here, on the page. I got like a 1 hour interview with Floyd. Oh yeah, well I know he's a troll. He loves the attention. But I just wanted to let people know that it's possible. Don't let people like that. See, people like that limit you from ever believing in things that is achievable. Because we have people like that in my hood, and I believe it. I wouldn't have never known any of this was possible if I did not see Kale from Good Burger, who lived around the corner from me, got on Keenan and Kale show, all that, all of this. This kid lived around the corner, did break dancing in the street, rap with my cousin in my basement, using my equipment, making rap songs, everything. I would have never dreamed that that was possible. To see him on TV with TLC, everybody, Method Man, we mean all these people. I'm like, huh? This stuff is believable? My boy next to me, like, man, yo, they pick people for like that, man. Ain't nobody from here gonna never do nothing, man. You just gotta get you a job. I'm like, yeah, gotta get us a job. We gotta work. Never knew all of this was possible because it's not taught in our neighborhoods. It's not taught in the industry. Oh, John Hogan's to put out a list of the rich YouTubers. Am I hating LeBron or am I exposing him for what he is? Am I shining a light on him and showing you what past the lies and that they're telling you and showing you the truth? When have I lied about the man? Never. I've told you nothing but the truth about him. They've been lying to you about him. Well, when LeBron stop manipulating black people, then maybe I would stop exposing him because today will be the ultimate explosion of LeBron James on the Patreon. It's too explosive. It's too explosive for you for regular YouTube. That's got to go on the Patreon. That's how explosive that is. Right. See, $2 million a year, and you're giving up control. See, that was the point. 2 million is that's a number. I've seen people who were millionaires go broke. I'm surrounded by millionaires. I worked with boxers. I was all around. Do you think boxers didn't have money? They all were millionaires while they were at fighting. And then when they weren't fighting, they had all those expenses they couldn't keep up. So they had to downsize. So they lost the woman. The woman took all their money. And next thing you know, I'm buying them lunch. Don King taught me a very good lesson. He told me to always love the fighter. You can love the fighter. It's okay to love a fighter. No problem to loving the fighter and everything else. But you never show loyalty to the fighter. Loyalty is always to the company. It's always to the brand. That's where your loyalty lies. Show loyalty to the fighter. They're gonna break your heart. They're gonna break your heart because you're gonna be like, we were loyal to you, and you did this to us. It's gonna really break your heart. But if you just show love to the fighter and they break your heart, hey, your loyalty was to the company anyway. So we're gonna be all right. You see, that knowledge has extended through the test of time because it's true. Fighters are some of the most deceitful, lioness people you ever want to meet in your life. They'll do anything for a dollar. They'll tell you any lie. They run behind anybody who got some money to give to them. They be, oh no, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm cool with you. Oh, y'all say y'all gonna give me 4 million? They said they gonna give me three. Oh, y'all got four? Oh, they said they got four. Now I know I got a contract with you, but let me go get this four, and then I'm gonna come back and do that fight. You know I'm gonna be here. Just let me out the deal, man. Let me out. Fighters are so deceitful and lying and manipulative. And y'all think it's just the promoters. It's the fighters more than anything. They run behind the dollar, running behind the bag. They don't look at what's best for their future. They don't think about, are they just using me? They don't care. They be, oh, use me up. Woo, they finna give me all this money. Woo, well, I can win this fight. No, you can't. They just buying you, renting you, and they just set a price that you couldn't refuse so that you can get in there and be used. Don King Promotions, DKP, baby. But the writing was on the wall. And Juan left the company. When I was coming in, the company was falling apart. So when I was coming in, everything was falling like to the ground. And Don was doing shows like out here in Chicago, and they were doing deals because a lot of people didn't know is that Don was retiring, and he had basically gotten out of the business. He gave the control over to his son Carl. Carl cared more about hoes and partying and traveling. Carl could care less about boxing. No matter what he tried to do, Carl was just not made for this. Carl King, that's not his biological son. That is his stepson. That's his wife's. That's Don King's wife's son that he raised and managed. Carl was always the manager to the fighters. When's the next StreamYard? Probably later on tonight. They never stole money from fighters. I wouldn't say stole. I would say they found a way to continuously get theirs. And a lot of times when fighters say, "Hey, I got robbed of my money," they didn't quite understand what was happening in the situation. Translation, meaning that they didn't understand how promoters were paid. They didn't understand how promoters got their money. So when they get their money and then they go broke and they see the promoter still got money, they're like, "How he? You took all my money?" Because that's the only thing that fighter can process. Remember, he gets hit in the head for a living, so all he knows is he got money and now it's gone. He signed for this much, but he doesn't realize he got to pay for his camp. He's got to pay for his taxes. He got to pay his own everything. And the promoter normally gets their money off the top. You got to pay your manager. You got to pay all these people in your camp. That comes out of your purse. So next thing you know, when you get through paying everybody, and then the tax man take they cut, this is what you left with. I've seen Floyd Mayweather damn near lose a whole paycheck, and we talking like $40 million paycheck. That had to go to taxes. So, like I told you, I didn't build my career on YouTube. I had a life. I had a life. I've done things, went places long before YouTube. I sat down with Suge Knight, Cat Williams, all of these guys. Went to the nightclubs and kicked it with Suge and tried because Suge wanted to get to Floyd. That's how all of that happened. People don't really know how the need Suge and all that connection started. They just thought, like, man, we took that picture together and that guy just tried to jump in the fans. I mean, Suge was at that time, Suge still had power, but he didn't have the money anymore like he used to. And he was trying to find a new hustle to get in, like James Prince was managing boxers at the time. And he was trying to get into that. And he saw Floyd coming up. And Floyd was in Vegas, so Suge was trying to be around and hang around, go to the fights, get close to Floyd, so he can get him some fighters and talking about he want to manage. Whole different thing. Doug, I forgot all about that. Buster and Big Truck. No, I'm not saying I'm rich. I just I don't want to. I would rather take less money and be cool with what the little bit I make than give of a control of what I can say and can't say. My word means more to me than money. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not bragging. There's nothing to brag about. I'm not rich. You know, I'm rich in thought. I'm rich in mind. I'm rich in heart. That means way more to me than money. Being rich in health, those things rank way that's priceless compared to money. Man, I haven't played Madden on the 5 in about a month. So I'll probably play you in a little bit before I take me a nap. John Hogan's got tired. John Hogan's got tired of dying. Oh man. No, because people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear bit about business. They just want somebody to tell them what to do. And they creating drones. They don't want you to strive to be anything. He banned Uncle Phil. Oh yeah. So Yeah, we got a lot of work to do, man. I was able to get some rest. I was able to stun on a chick yesterday and straight curve her. She thought she could bounce back after being gone for some months. I'm like, just be honest. You was with a new nigga and you thought you could tell me what to do. You was like, I got a new nigga now. I could do my thing. I ain't gotta wait on you. I was like, okay, cool. Do your thing. Now all of a sudden, hey, where you been? I was just wondering where you been. I've been in the same place I've always been. Oh, you thought you could come back? Sure, you can come back. But the respect is gone. So I don't like the way you talking to me. Get in where you fit in. Make your way to figure eight. All respect is gone. All respect is gone. Do you sure you want to come back? She got an STD. Yeah, don't try to weasel her way back in. You've been gone 3 months. 3 months. I mean, me and her fell out probably the week before my birthday. How low down is that? Oh, y'all remember? I told y'all all about it. Her cousin was the one that tried to remember the cousin that tried to steal my PS5, and I told her about it, and she got all upset. Y'all know her. Y'all know all about it. Man, it wasn't even really about all that whole thing. She just tried to use that as the angle. See, when girls got another situation going, when they want something and they want you to move a certain way and you don't move that certain way, then they try to do things to try to get you to change and react. And you be like, man, okay, well, like they waiting for you to give in and cave to their to their ego. They're bending you the way they want. They say, well, I don't really care, I'm just saying, like, what are we? Are we gonna be officially a couple? Can I like get me a drawer over there so I don't just have to run home? I can just have some change of clothes. This is her way of trying to maneuver her way in. I already put a block on that immediately. So you can't have a drawer here, nothing. I'm like, I got t-shirts. Yeah, you have no drawer here. Don't leave nothing here. I will make sure I'll drop it off in a bag at your house. You're not living here. So right there. So when they do that, they get mad and they get like, "Well, I'm going out and I'm gonna do my thing." So she went out and did her thing. Guess she found her dude who promised her, "You can stay in my house." And for 3 months, she realized this ain't the way. Let me see if I can go back and get him, girl. Go get him, girl. He got a Mercedes, girl. Go on and get him. You don't throw away a guy with a Mercedes, girl. What was you thinking? Rob drives a Hyundai. Go Go get him, girl. She gonna be like, yo, it's this dope thing. I gotta eat. It's 95. I'm getting it all, girl. Right. The cousin tried to take the PS5. People die for that. You believe that? And then I'm supposed to be the one, the forgiving, kind guy, and let him back in the house. I'm like, are you out your damn mind? If I see him again, I might hurt him. I want to go to jail for taking him out. So now she's back. I'm just talking to her any old kind of way. Cause she was putting up with it for so long. Like when she came back, she thought it was gonna be all roses. Like I was just gonna act like nothing. Like, where you been? And like I didn't know. I'm like, you got a phone? Well, I was supposed to have been blowing you up. You ain't give a damn I wasn't calling you. Now all of a sudden it's where have I been? You know where the hell I've been? You know where I'm at? Shoot, you know what I'm at. Stop playing that game. Hitting me up with all this stuff like what, your phone didn't work? You damn sure didn't call to find out. That's true, true, true. I should have called. Then you seem different. Am I bothering you? Are you with your other woman? Are you with your woman or something? Nah, she at work. What's up with you though? Man, I've talked to her so disrespectfully, man. It was crazy. And she's still calling. That's the crazy thing. And she's just like, I just don't like the way you talking. You just seem different. I'll call you when you're in a better mood. Yeah, go ahead. I ain't playing no games now. You didn't put yourself in that boat. Who deleting messages? Either YouTube or John Hogan's. John Hogan's been on it today. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get this day rolling. Don't forget to subscribe. If y'all new here, it's been a very entertaining video. We did a whole movie. This is a movie, baby. Motion picture it. Paul. Paul. All right, I'm gonna get on the five there. We're gonna play. I'm gonna get on my five. Turn it on now.